பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமாமுகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனியானை சகோதரன். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பூழியர்கோன் விப்பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கடல் போற்றி, ஆழிமிசை கல்மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் நடி போற்றி, வாழிய திருநாவலூர் வன்தொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி, ஊழிமலி திருவாத ஊரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். என் நாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துறை எந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் மண்ணூர் ஆனாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையமன்னா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே இஞ்ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக ஆங்கில தொடர் த ஹோலி டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற அந்த தலைப்பிலே பல்வேறு சைவ மூர்த்தங்களை பற்றி நாம் சிந்திக்கிற முகமாக சிவபெருமானுடைய சிவலிங்க திருமேனியை பற்றிய செய்திகளை எல்லாம் நாம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்தித்து வருகின்ற பாங்கிலே இன்றைய தினம் அட்டவீரட்ட தலங்களிலே மீதம் இருக்கிற சில திருக்கோயில்களை சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. I have already told you that even though the primary deity in all Shivan temples may be looking alike, but in sensation wise they are quite different. If you go to any temple, you are supposed to have an inner feeling towards the temple. You must realize, you must understand on what basic this temple has been built, in what agamam the pujas are conducted, and what is the background story about the installation of the temple, what is the name of the primary deity, why it has been accorded, what is the name of the goddess, why it has been accorded. Because if you just analyze the name of the primary deity in any temple, that will give you a lot of information about the temple and the lordship. For example, if you go to Thrissurapuram, if you are going to Thrissurapuram, and if you are going to worship the rock temple, and if you go to the Sannadhi, and if you ask what is the name of the god, the primary deity, the Moolavar, Shivalingam, what is his name? If you ask, they will say the name is Thayumanavar. Thayumanavar temple. Then you just wonder why the name has been given as Thayumanavar. What is the background? Then if you analyze, then you will understand, for a pregnant woman who was worshipping this temple deity with utmost sincerity and honesty and with a great love, she was blessed by the Moolavar, and during the delivery time her mother was unable to reach the house because of the flood in Kaveri river. She was not able to cross the river and come. Who was residing on the other bank of the Kaveri. So at that time, when this woman prayed Lordship, my mother didn't come yet because of the floods in river. You are my mother, you have to come and take care of me. That was the prayer she made, and God came as the mother of the woman. As the mother of the woman, she identified her that she was the only she was her mother only. So after the delivery period, the real mother reached the house, and once she approached the woman, the lady was able to understand that God only has come as her mother. So that shows the mercy of the Lord. So he was called after that date as Thayu Manavar. So whenever you go to temple, you just analyze the name of the deity. He doesn't have a single name. Is it not? பேராயிரம் பரவி வானோர் எத்தும் பெம்மானை பிரிவிலா அடியார்க்கென்றும் வாராது செல்வம் அறிவிப்பானை. Upper Swami says, ஒரு நாமம் ஓர் உருவம் ஒன்றுமில்லார்க்கு ஆயிரம் திருநாமம் பாடி தெள்ளேடும் கொட்டாவும். Thousands and thousands of names. Why? He doesn't have a single name. That's why he is having all his names. Whoever calls him with any name, he accepts that. He is very happy about that name. So likewise, God doesn't, Shiva doesn't have a name at all. உருவொடு தொழில் பெயர் ஒன்றுமின்றியே பரவிய நீ அவை பறித்து நிற்பது விரவிய உயிர்க்கலாம் வீடு தந்திடும் கருணையதையலால் கர்மம் யாவதே. In Kandapuranam, Kachyappar says, Lord Shiva doesn't have a form, doesn't have a place to reside, doesn't have a name, doesn't have an occupation to execute. But still he is having so many names because all devotees are fond of him or favor, or they are calling him with the names of their love. That is why he assumes a lot of names. So whenever you go to any Shivan temple, you are supposed to understand and the real details and meaning behind the name of the primary deity. You understand? In Thiruvadurai is called a Masila Mani. In Thiruvadurai, the primary deity is called a Masila Mani. Why Masila Mani? He removes all the dirty things from the soul. The ignorance is the most deplorable impurity in human wisdom. That has to be removed. That has to be removed only by the Lordship, who will not be affected by that impurity. If you are going to remove the impurity, you should not be affected by it. You should be immune. God is immune to Anavam, the impurity. So that is why he is called Masila Mani. You understand? Likewise, whenever we go to a temple, the real the thing behind the temple being built, or the meaning or the indication given by the structure of the temple, or the real significance of the name, why that name is given. So all this will give you lot of information about the temple. People, they go to any Shivan temple, they directly go to the primary deity Karuvarai, they make a prayer and they come around the temple, take a turn, and then they slip away. So without understanding the real significance of the temple, it's very important, is it not? So likewise, the primary deity or the Moolavar will look alike in all the temples, but that doesn't mean they don't have significance in difference in significance. They are significant. They are unique as a matter of fact. That is why we have been taking this Atta Veeratanam, 8 places of Shivan's brave actions. the bravery shown by him was just an indication. They were just a monument or just a place where it has been reminded you. The brave deeds executed by Lord Shiva. We have been discussing the Atta Veeratanam. 8 such places are there in Tamil Nadu. These 8 such places, if you go over there, you will be collecting a lot of information about the deeds of Lord Shiva, who is very much interested in removing the impurity from the wisdom of the soul, so that they can be liberated from the sufferings and they can be given the chance of enjoying the real bliss. You understand? Now, we discussed about 5 temples. If I remember correct, we discussed Thiruvathigai, where he burnt 3 castles, and we discussed Thirupariyalur, where he plucked the head of Dakshan, and we discussed about Thiruvirkudi, where Salandarasuran, the demon, the monster, was killed to safeguard the Devas. Then comes the Thiruvazhuvur, that we have not yet discussed, and then we discussed Thirukorukkai. We also discussed Thirukkadaiyur. Thirukorukkai, where the god of or the leader of sex was punished for his misbehavior, and Thirukkadaiyur, the god of death, Yaman, was kicked by Lord Shiva because he exercised without understanding his jurisdiction of power. So he was taught a lesson. So because of the devotee, Lord Shiva came and punished the Yaman. Yaman is called a Kutruvan. Kutruvan means who takes away the soul from the body. You understand? So the remaining temples to be discussed are one is Thirukandiyur, the next one is Thirukovilur, and the third one is Thiruvazhuvur. Thiruvirkudi, it is near Mayiladurai. If you take a journey from Thiruvarur to Mayiladurai, this temple you can find there on the en route. You can find about 10 kilometers from Mayiladurai on the highway of Thiruvarur to Mayiladurai. This temple is placed. This is called Thiruvazhuvur. This signifies that the killing of the demon or the monster Gajasuran. See, the Asuras or the demons or the monsters, they are merciless. They will get all powers and they will torture the weaker section of the people. That is their usual thing. Till the time they get the powers, they will be quiet. Once they are awarded with the powers, they will go and indulging in torturing the good people, soft people. The soft-natured people will not have the real power to fight against them. So they will all go to Lord Shiva and pray him to safeguard them to liberate them from the torture of the Asura. Likewise, here also, this Gajasuran is in the form of an elephant. So he goes and touches all the heavenly people and also people in other parts of the world who are very soft and don't possess enough power to fight with these demons. So he would be going there and torturing these people. They all went and begged Lord Shiva to take care of him. This fellow got all the powers from Brahma, and instead of utilizing the boons for good purposes, they will be using to torture other people. Some people we may see that they will be deriving pleasure by making painful other people. They will torture, they will give all sorts of troubles. By this, the people will be suffering, and on seeing the suffering of other people, they will be getting excited. So we can witness such people are still here in this world. We should be, we should regret, we should be sorrowful on seeing others' pains. We should also feel sad on seeing others' pain, others' sorrows. We must be painful, feeling painful, as if we have attained those sufferings, as if we have attained those sufferings. பிறர் துன்பத்தையும் தன் துன்பமாக ஏற்றல். வள்ளற் பெருமான் uses to say, வாடிய பயிரை கண்டபோதெல்லாம் வாடினேன். His sonnet goes like this. Think a man or think a human being about taking mercy on other living things. Not only human beings, on all living things, on all souls. The suffering souls are looked at and feeling painful. That will be the attitude of the great people. So this Gajasuran, he was deriving pleasure out of torturing the other souls. They all went and complained to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva in Kasi Ambadi, in Kasi, in Manikarnikai, he appeared before that Gajasuran and he just tore him and took the entire skin as his blanket, His spouse Umai, on seeing this, she was shivering in fear. So here Gaja Samharam, it is called, the entire elephant was peeled off and it was killed to make other people understand. If you just see the picture, you can see the inner side of the elephant is shown as the blanket, wherein our Lord Shiva is making a dance in keeping the skin apart. You can see the 4 legs protruding out. On the back side, you can see the tail also. He was standing on the head of the elephant. Now look at the picture, you can witness what was all it meant as a matter of fact. So in this, Lord Shiva executed the brave deed. He did the brave deed of punishing the Gajamusaran. Likewise, he will be protecting us if we go and surrender 100% at his lotus feet. He definitely relieves us from the sufferings. Only to show that, to prove that this temple has been initiated and installed, so that when we go to this temple, when we pray before Him, we may submit all our miseries before Him and we may request Him to relieve us from the sufferings. பேரானை ஈர் உருவை போர்த்தானை ஆயிரத்து என் பேரானை ஈர் உருவம் பெற்றானை பேரான் நஞ்சுண்டானை உத்தமனை உள்காதவர்க்கு எங்கான்றும் உண்டான் ஆளல்ல உயிர். Likewise, Baranar has sung in Purandanur, the song. Appar Swami has described in one song very beautifully this brave deed. Viritha palkadir kol சூலம் வெடிபடு தமருகம் கைதரித்ததோர் கோல ஹால பைரவ நாகி வேழம் உரித்து உமை அஞ்சக் கண்டு உன் திருமணிவாய் உள்ள சிரித்தருள் செய்தார் சேரச் சென்னரி செல்வனாரே. Likewise, he describes the appearance of or the look of the Vazhuvur Veerataneshwarar. So, this is one of the very important brave deeds of 8 deeds where it has been indicated to be have been occurred, even though the Puranic stories claim that it has actually happened in Manikarnikai in Kasi, Varanasi. We have installed a temple here wherein we have installed the primary deity Sivalingam, Lingeshwarar, and we were telling him in Sanskrit they will say Kirtivaseshwarar. We will be calling him as the Moolavar, the primary deity, as Gajasamharar. Why we call him? We have installed it. So, this place we can assume that the Almighty has executed this deed here also. There is nothing wrong if we assume, because we are installing all temples and the primary deities only on mantra basis. So, if at all if you chant some mantra on any idol, that idol we can assume that it has come down into that idol, that particular form. If you worship Lord Shiva in a particular mandram, with a particular mandram, likewise in Tirumurai also, if you recite one particular padiham, then you can claim that you have requested the Almighty, who is the primary idea of the padiham, on which the padiham has been composed, that God, you are inviting him to come and accept your offer of prayer. That is the meaning. See, I am just trying to explain something available in Tamil and Sanskrit. So that is, it's very difficult to find adequate and apt words to bring you the message. As a matter of fact, it is called avahanam. You are bringing down him. You are bringing him down to the idol or the picture or the statue or the pot wherein you are filled with holy water. Likewise, you are bringing him or bringing down him by way of chanting mantras. So, he is in the form of mantra. So, since he is in the form of mantra, anywhere you can bring any deed executed God. You can bring Thai Manavar, you can bring Masalamani, you can bring, likewise you can do that. For example, that is why if you recite the padiham that has been allocated for a particular temple, if you recite that padiham in your place, then you are worshipping the God at that place. That God would have come there because of your invitation. You are inviting him to be present there. He may be in Kasi, but since you are offering your prayer for Kasi Vishwanathar, since you are chanting mantras affiliated to Kasi Viswanatha, Kasi Viswanatha will come there because he is in mantra form. To accept your prayer, he would be present there. You understand? So likewise, that is why our great people, our mentors, they have recited all sorts of padigams only because wherever you are, if you recite that particular padigam, which is concerned about a particular temple, that temple God will come over to your place and accept your prayer. So it is accepted everywhere. So it is the Indian meaning. So Lord Shiva is in the form of mantra. Mantra Rupa. Mantra Rupa. You understand? Those mantrams, if you go to any temple, it is available beneath the Moolavar temple. It will be in the form of mantra, carved in plates, and would have been placed beneath the main deity. So likewise, we have discussed about Thiruvalur, and we also discussed the brave deed he executed there. And next we can go to Thirukovilur, Thirukovilur Veeratam. It is near Viluppuram. It is near Viluppuram. As a matter of fact, it is on the south bank of Pennai River and so on. So you can go over there to from Pandruti or Tiruvannamalai or even Viluppuram. There are a lot of buses plying over, and you can catch any bus and go over there. And it is a main place connected with bus route. See, this place, Thirukovilur Veeratam, is a place of mark for the winning of Lord Shiva. He killed Andhakasuran there. Andhakasuran, he was giving, once again, Asuran means he will be with a lot of powers, and he will be merciless, and he will be troubling, and he will be making people suffer. All these qualities will be in common for all asuras. Any asura you take, these qualities will be there. Then only he is called asura. So the appearance comes next. Even in this age, you can see all the qualities in human beings also. They are all asuras. They may be they may be appearing in the form of a human being, but that doesn't mean that they are human being soul. They are not. They may not be. They may be having such qualities. They will be selfish. They will not tolerate other people's welfare. They will be doing damages, they will be giving troubles, they will be making people suffer. All these qualities will be there. And at the same time, they will be mightier also, they will be powerful also. So likewise, Andhakasuran was was giving lot of troubles to devas and good people and rishis, saints. So Lord Shiva was prayed. People went before him, offered prayers to save them from the clutches of Andhakasuran. Swami killed that demon in this temple called Thirukovilur. In Thirukovilur, he killed Andhakasuran. If you just analyze the name Andhakasuran, if you just analyze the name, Andhakan means blind. So he was like a Yaman. He was like a Yaman for all good people and saints. he was giving all sorts of troubles to good people. In that, he won't be discarding or discriminating. He will be giving troubles to all people. That is why he is called Andakan. Andakan. Some Puranams claim that he was the son of Hiranyakshan. But even though there may be some stories may differ from one Puranam to another Puranam, the ultimate story theme or the main nucleus of the story will not be changed. The same Asuran, this fellow was giving all sorts of troubles, and he was killed by Lord Shiva with his Sulam, spear, Sulam. Of course, even though I am calling it the Sulam as a spear, spear is with a single tip, but here we have 3 leaves. So there is a difference between Sulam. Even if I mention it as Sulam, you will be able to understand. So with his Sulam, he just killed that fellow, this Andhasuran. So Andhasuran was killed in this Thirukovilur, and Thirumandiram, he says, Karuthurai Andhagan Tanbol Asuran, Varathin Ulagathu Uyirgalai Ellam Varuttam Seidan. Without discrimination, he was giving trouble to all people, all souls. Uyirgalai Ellam Varuttam Seidan என்று வானவர் வேண்ட. When these good people went and prayed, Kuruthuyar Sulam Kai Kondu Kondrane. So Lord Shiva killed him with his spear. And in Thirumandiram, this was given as the main thing. And in we can also see Shattayen, Sidamban Nayen, Chediyanen, Alukkupayum, Potaye, Potrinalum, Pugalida Mariamaten, Yatenan Patinirken, Irularan Okamatam, Kotayen, Saivadanna Koval Veeratanire. Thalai Samandu, Girugai Natri, Taranike, Purayadahi, Nelayila, Nenjam Dannul. நித்தலும் ஐவர் வேண்டும் விலை கொடுத்து அறுக்க மாட்டேன் வேண்டிற்றே வேண்டியேதேன் கொலைகள் மாங்கனிகள் சிந்தும் கோவல் வீரட்டனீரே. So the Thirukovilur, this temple was very famous, and lot of kings have ruled. Even Narsinga Munayarayar, the stepfather of our Sundaramurti Swamigal, he was ruling with the capital as Thirukovilur. We may see the history. And in this temple, Tayar, the goddess, is called Shivananda Valli, and this temple is to be definitely visited and make darshan of the Mulavar. And the one more temple that is remaining is Thirukandiyur, and we will go over there, Thirukandiyur Veeratam. See, in olden times, I cannot say which time, but in very, very olden times, Brahma used to have 5 heads. Brahma used to have 5 heads. He was nominated as the god of creation. So, Brahma, since he was having 5 heads, indifferent to others, he was boasting himself, and he was very much proud of the 5th head, and he was boasting himself as the primary god of all gods. He was boasting like that. So, because of that, He was not caring for anybody. The modesty, the humbleness, all those were absent in him. So to teach him the better lesson, to teach him, if we want to thrive, if we want to get out of the sufferings, or if we want to get out of the impurity in our wisdom, then naturally we must practice being humble and modest. Adakkam amararul uikkum, adangami arirul uithuvidum. That's how Thirukural explains. See, if you are modest, if you are humble, then you are greeted by Amarar, Devas. At the same time, if you are boasting yourself, if you are not modest, if you are not humble, if you are egocentric, then you will be put into hell. That's how Thiruvalluvar says, Adangami Arirul Uithuvidum. As a matter of fact, Arirul, even though Arirul means the hell, where there will be always pitch darkness, where there will be always a lot of suffering, here you can, Arirul you can take as Anavam. Because Irul, darkness, he says Irul. Irul means that is, Ardal means getting deposited or fixed, or you are getting quoted. Likewise, you can give any meaning for Ardal, or. So, Irul means deep darkness, you can give the meaning. Very deep darkness. Darkness that cannot be changed or win, that cannot be won over, or cannot be removed, or cannot be nullified. Likewise, it's a very, very darkness, or irul. That is the arirul, that is they called anava malam, impurity. So if you want to get out of anavam, you have to get out of the ego. So ego is nothing but arirul. He is saying arirul means ego. So this irul, because what is the difference between irul and irul? Irul, you can witness, you can see that there is darkness, because it may hide things, but it will show itself. It's in that. If you are going to a dark room, you may not be seeing the articles there, things may not be seen, because the total darkness would have covered everything, would have shielded everything from vision. You will see only darkness. So darkness will exhibit itself, but it will shield the things from vision. But whereas Anavam, it will shield things, it will shield the truth, but at the same time, it will not be seen at all. It by itself, it will not be seen. Here darkness can be seen. You can say darkness is there. But here you cannot say Anavam is there, because it will shield by itself. So that is why it is Irul, most dangerous darkness. Boasting oneself is the greatest thing to bring him down. Any people, any big people, any successful people, if they are not modest and humble, and if they are going to be very egocentric, and if they are going to be boasting themselves always, and if they are going to be not caring for anybody else, thinking that they are the great people, then they are ditching their own grave. They are digging their own grave. So that is why the or irul is indicated by Thiruvalluvar is nothing but anavamalam. It is an impurity in your wisdom. Is it not? That is why so many sacred people, mentors, they will not say I or my. They will not say I or my. They will say in third person. Swami, enna சாப்பிடுறீங்க? Suppose we are asking, Swami, enna சாப்பிடுறீங்க? இவனுக்கு எது குடிச்சாலும் சாப்பிடுவான். They will say in third person. Because if you say, நான் எது கொடுத்தாலும் குடிப்பேன் என்று சொல்லுகிற பொழுது, if you say that sentence, then you are uttering the word non. This I is very important, dangerous, and my is also very dangerous. So, the humbleness will lead you to the great loka, Siva loka. It will lead you. You must understand the difference between the modest humbleness from the inferiority complex. Inferiority complex is entirely different. It is a complex. Whereas being modest is you know and you are modest. You are very well aware that whatever I do, it is not possible for me. It is being done by the great power. It assists me. It gives me power. It is always with me. So likewise, if you have thoughts like that, then it is called modesty and non-egocentric. So that is how this fellow, asuras, Brahma hails from Deva family. He is not a demon, he is not a monster. But still, because of the ego, he did a thing of asura. So, the soul will become asura if it is entirely covered by ego. If it is entirely covered by ego, then irrespective of Deva or Asura, they will be definitely punished by Lord Shiva. Only because of this ego, Brahma didn't salute Lord Muruga in Kandagiri. Only because of it. So that is why whenever we rise up in the life, when our level is rising up, be careful that you should be modest. And you always bowing down before the Lordship and submitting every success to his lotus feet. The people will last long. Their success story will last long. So wherever he will come with his nail in the finger, he will just remove the head from the Brahma. Why he did that? See, Brahma is proud of the fifth head. He was proud of the fifth head. And he said that only because of the head, he is having the power of creation. He can create anybody. He can create everybody. That's how he climbed. He was saying that I can create anybody. I am separate. I cannot be compared with others. I am having 5 heads. So my creation power is entirely unique. Nobody can be compared with me. Likewise, he was boasting. He was very much proud. He didn't regard any learned people or saints. The story was going like that. And Lord Shiva, to make him correct, because he was working under him, he only gave the post to him. When somebody is erratic, when somebody is committing mistakes, the head has to come over and correct it. Is it not? It is the duty of the Lord to come and correct wherever mistakes happen. See, if we are praying Lord, if we are believing in Lordship, in Almighty, and if we really we are making pujas, following Him, then He will take care that whenever we do mistake, he will immediately come and correct us. Is it not? If our son is committing some mistake, what will we do? My son is doing some mistake, I will immediately correct it because I am interested in his welfare. Only if his mistake is corrected, he will come up in a right route. So, if I am really interested in his welfare, I will correct him. I will correct him wherever it is necessary. I will not think that he will mistake. I will never mind about his mistaking. I will just correct it because I am interested in his welfare. Likewise, God, if he is interested in our welfare, he will immediately come and correct us. We may think that the neighbor is doing a lot of mistakes, God is not coming and correcting him. But he is coming and correcting me. Why? Because you have been admitted into his school. That fellow didn't get admission in his school at all. He was wandering outside. But you have been admitted. That is why you are being watched, monitored, you are being taught, you are being corrected, you are not punished, you are being corrected. Likewise, Brahma was punished by taking away the fifth head. Just not by any tool, only the fingernail. He just used the fingernail to cut off his head. It was removed. Now, Brahma was asked, if you are the God of creation, why don't you create your fifth head again? Create your fifth head, because it has been removed, it has been taken away, it has been cut off. Then, since you are the God of creation, why can't you have the fifth head again? No, he was not able to do that. And he didn't get the fifth head. And from that time onwards, he was called only non-muhan, not I-muhan. He was only called non-muhan. So that face looking towards northeast, Isana Muham, that was removed. That was removed, and Brahma, he understood at that time. Why it has happened to him. And he was bowing before Lord Shiva. The Lord Shiva came as Vairava. Vairava and Lord Shiva are not different. They are one and the same. So he was coming as Vairava and taught the lesson to Brahmadevan. So from that time onwards, Brahma was having only 4 heads. That incident is supposed to have happened in Kandeeswarar, Biraman Siramarinda Thalam. This temple is near Tanjore, near Tanjore. It is away from Tanjore in northern side about 9 kilometers. From this temple, from this town, Thirukovilur, you can go to Thiruvirkudi, which is placed at about 15 to, if I am correct, 5 to 10 kilometers away from Kandeeswarar. Thiruvirkudi is there. So, in between Thiruvirkudi and Tanjore, Kandeeswarar is there. If at all, if you visit Tanjore on any occasion, don't forget to go to Kandeeswarar. Because we must always go to Kandeeswarar and pray Lord, so that even for small successes, small victories, we should not feel boasting ourselves. We should not feel proud about those things. And we must always be bowing before Him and accepting the fact that all successes, all wins, all fames, all names are duties, mercy. He only awarded all those things. We must be quite sure about these things. God itself is called, is addressed by Manivasagar as Tanberumai Tanariya Tanmayan. Manivasagar says he called the Lordship as Tanberumai Tanariya Tanmayan. What does it mean? He doesn't understand his power. He doesn't know about his power. What does it mean? Actually, it means he never boasts. He never boasts himself. He never boasts his powers, his might. He is not knowing it, as a matter of fact. Can you ever say that a peacock, will it ever be boasting its appearance, its beauty? Will any peacock will boast itself? I am very beautiful. Likewise, can you see? No. Can you just find a cuckoo? Will it boast itself about its tone? No. Except mankind, no other living thing is looking at a mirror. Man only sees the mirror, nothing else. If you just witness a monkey looking at a window, at a mirror, if you see the thing, then you will never look at a mirror at all. You will leave the habit of looking at a mirror if you are able to witness the incident of a monkey looking at a mirror. I have witnessed. See, what is the mysterious things, and I cannot explain in words. The monkey was doing all those things. So that is why I am saying that no other living thing is what we can say, enjoying its appearance, its look on a mirror. But mankind looks at it only because of self-centric or egocentric, boasting itself. Man knows his fame and name. Man always remembers. Man is very pleased when it is being uttered by others. When others are addressing, he keeps himself pleasurable. He enjoys. Is it not? But God will not enjoy. But why we call him as Stotra Priyan? People say that when we pray him with a lot of praise, he will be pleased. No, not at all. What does it mean actually? Actually, he will be pleased only if his devotees are pleased. Devotees are pleased if his fame and name are uttered. If we sing Tirumurai, devotees are. If we see the devotees will be very much pleased on seeing, on hearing, on seeing the temple, on hearing the verses. On hearing the verses, they will be very much pleased. So God thinks if they are feeling are enjoyable, if they enjoy, if they are pleased, and if they are very much happy about my praisings, about praisings on me, then I am also will be happier on hearing this. I don't feel happier because I am being praised. I am pleased because my devotees are pleased. They enjoy. Whatever they enjoy, I also enjoy. That is the basic theory behind all stotrams. Why we make all stotrams? Because we make others happy, our devotees happy by reciting these stotrams. So likewise, Kandeeswarar goes like this. We have discussed about these 8 places where Lord Shiva executed these brave deeds of Atta Veeratam, and we discussed a lot of things. The main idea of discussing all these things is, whenever we go to a temple, it has a significance, a separate significance. Out of these 8, I have listed only 8. Any temple not listed here or away from this list, any other temple will have its own significance, will have its own uniqueness. That we have to find out whenever we see a temple, and we must be informed about that, and we must be enjoying the real uniqueness of the temple. So the form Sivalingam is not the same. It is not the significance is not same in all temples, but it is significant in each and every temple in a unique form, in a unique manner. That point of view, in that point of view, that we must visit the temple and get the information, and we must be enjoying, and we must be able to deliver the information to others also. Whenever some people are saying that I am going to this temple or that temple, we must be able to guide them, we must be able to give them. Or if some people are coming and telling what is there new in the temple, the same Sivalingam, the same Pillayar, the same Murugan, the same Ambal, what do you find there different? If they ask, then you must be able to educate them the real theory behind the different temples. So whenever we go to a temple, please understand it is unique. It is having its own significance. Try to understand the significance and get benefited by the darshan of the form or for darshan of Sivalingam. With this, I am just concluding this week's session. We may meet next week also, and we may continue the chapter, the holy deities of Saivam. We may continue the chapter with more information and with more details about our Saivam. In conclusion, I am just reciting the 5-letter mantra 5 times. I am requesting you to follow me. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Tiruchitrambalam. I take this opportunity to thank this Qatar couple, Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, who are in the background for sponsoring these programs. They are very keen in conducting such programs in English because they are interested in people to know all these things. They may not be well versed with Tamil language. So they should be benefited by knowing more information about our Saivam, about our temples. So in that interest, they have arranged these things and they are continuously arranging. So we must thank Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, and I hope Lord Shiva will bestow his blessings on this couple and their family. With this, I am just concluding this session, and I am requesting you to join me in my next session also. Thank you. Tiruchitrambalam. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.